Dylan from Throttle Company in Columbus, Ohio. We're starting in the shop, but we're talking about V7s, Moto Guzzi V7. How do you pick them? And why it's exciting right now is we have more models available than ever before. Let's start with the classic, which is our 1973 V7 Sport. Pay attention to the fact that we have a 90-degree horizontally opposed V-twin. Back then it's a 750. All the modern bikes are 850. We have our separate gearbox and a drive shaft in the back. This is the grandfather. This is the one we'll start with. Then we have in our showroom all the different models. Like I said, more available now than ever before. Let's start with the current model, V7 Stone, 850 engine. We have that same horizontally opposed 90-degree V-twin, dry clutch, separate gearbox, and the drive shaft. On the Stone, think of Stone as matte. So matte finishes, matte tank, matte on the side cover here, matte fender. LED lights, it's the more modern one. So we have cast wheels, tubeless tires, we have blacked out exhaust, and the single gauge pod over here. So everything is digital. That's why it's the more modern one. We have an LED headlight and we have a digital gauge, digital tack, all in one. Then we'll move to the Stone Specials. So we have two over here. Think of them as classic, which is chrome exhaust, chrome highlights, chrome little everywhere on the mirrors and the little touches. We have the tube tires. So these are spoked wheels, tube tires, much more classic look. Little chrome grab rails here, chrome on the shocks down there. And we have 2 gauges on this. So much more classic looking, separate tack, separate speedometer. We have our little warning lights in there and stuff that's digital, but mostly it's analog. Special means classic. So we have shiny paint, classic designs. These are the 2 colors that the Special comes in. Next, I think it's easiest to talk about the Stone Special, also sometimes known as Shining Black because it starts to get confusing. This is a special model, came out last year. Black, it's based on the Stone, so we have matte engine, blacked out exhaust, cast wheels, single gauge pod. On this one though, we have bar and mirrors, shiny paint with the red stripe and red accents throughout. So the red shock springs, the red on the side covers, little red piping on the seat, red highlights on the wheels, and we have aero exhaust on this bike. So cool little upgraded aero exhaust on these. Sounds fantastic. Also, this is our best-selling model of all these. Some of these have just come out, but in the last couple of years, that has been the best-selling V7. Similar, we have the V7 10. So that's new for this year. 10 means 10th anniversary of the Moto Guzzi Owners Club. So it started in 2014, it's now 2024. And we have a lot of the same touches as the V7 Stone Special Shining Black, which is red accents, aero exhaust, same cast wheels, it's based on the Stone. I didn't mention that on that one, but we have the graphite valve covers on the Shining Black and on the 10. And then of course we have the white paint, checkerboard here, stripe there, red anodized eagle. LED lights, single gauge pod of course, bar and mirrors. Over here is the Stone Corsa. So based on the Stone, blacked out engine, blacked out exhaust, cast wheels again, but it's Corsa. Corsa means race in Italian. So think of it as a modern cafe racer. We have the fairing up front, beautiful, fits around the little eagle in the front, and then the single seat, and there is a seat cowl that matches the body, but we're actually sold out of those right now. But it goes with it perfectly. It's made for the bike, but it's an optional accessory. Bar and mirrors, modern, sporty, Corsa meets sport. Then we have a model that we made that is the V7 Touring Edition. So we took a Stone for the matte finishes and the cast wheels, ease of use out on the road, and we said, what if we were going to take this across country? So we added engine guards, windscreen, bar risers, get your body up a little bit for long distance and not having to put so much weight on your wrists. Then we have our rack system, so the rear rack and the 2 side cases. You could add any side cases you want, but basically it has a rack system there for it. And you would use this bike to drive, thousands of miles and go cross country because we've got drive shafts, so there's no maintenance there, no chain to tighten or adjust. And tubeless tires is going to be a bonus out there on the road in case you get a flat. You could plug it and in an emergency get to where you're going. That is the V7 range. There are some other colors of the Stone, but you're pretty much looking at every color available. Are you a special? Are you the classic? Do you Want the checkerboard design of the 10 stone, we want the more modern bike, matte finishes, or are you the cafe racer, or maybe you like the stone special shining black there on the end. It's a lot of choices. Hopefully I helped you make one.